Right, Miss Universe Kenya 2024. Come this Friday, it is going to be, when you say thank God it's Friday, for the top 16 finalists of Miss Universe Kenya, it's going to be a big deal for them. You're asking why? Because the biggest prize money that has ever been for any pageant holder in Kenya is going to be given for the winner. For the top 16. First of all, it was about 326 applicants and entries. They went into a 30 reality show kind of episodes. Then they went, 20 of them finalists for boot camp, 15 of them were selected, but then wakaona wacha tufanye some public participation hapa na pale, and then one of them akarudishwa. We'll be getting to know among them who is it. And then this coming Friday, it is going to be a huge deal for them, because they're going to also be preparing for the one who is going to be selected for the 73rd Miss Universe, all the way in Mexico. Tutakuwa natuambia who thinks he's going to be crowned the winner. And we do have the very beautiful ladies here. Karibuni sana.
Thank you.
You're looking beautiful.
Thank you.
I'll let them obviously introduce themselves, and then we just get to know who are they, how's the journey been, you know, and then I'll start with obviously Susan, even as you also introduce them more. Yes.
Okay. I could.
Yes. You're sorted.
So, of course, good morning, Kenya. Good morning, Universe. My name is Susan Kirui, the Miss Universe Kenya chaperone, or let's say in other words, the mother hen of these beautiful ladies.
Okay.
Yes.
Before we even continue, what do you do professionally?
Oh, wow. I've been a beauty queen before. I was Miss Earth Kenya 2019-2020. Also have my own agency called the SK Show, where I train small girls and boys in the modeling industry. So I'm quite familiar in the modeling industry. I've been there for the last 9 years.
Right.
Yes, yes.
How about you?
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Diana Abdi, one of the top 20, the finalists in Miss Universe Kenya. I'm a student and a part-time content creator. I'm thrilled to be here. Thank you so much.
Right. Next.
Morning.
Morning.
My name is Irene Ngendo. I wear so many hats. It gets difficult to introduce myself sometimes. I am a software engineer. I am an entrepreneur, and I'm also a teacher.
Wow. Interesting on the plates. How about you?
Hello, my country people. Hello, Universe.
Hello.
My name is Vanessa Sunday. I am one of the finalists for Miss Universe Kenya 2024.
Okay.
And I am proud to be here. I am also a talented poet and an enthusiasm for everything writing and reading. I am a student of foreign language acquisition.
Ooh, all right. So if you're to do a poem about TV47, for example, top of your mind, how will it go?
Top of my mind.
Yes.
I will say, let's wake up in the morning. Let's arise from the sunset. Switch on the TV. Let's get 47.
Hey. Madam producer, I think with that, just that bit. You do our wake up kind of a bit. Fantastic. How about you?
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Kenya. Magdalene Takangero from a beautiful county, Turkana.
Ooh.
I'm a doctor by professional at Kabarak University. I do pageant and fashion modeling. I'm talented. I dance, and I find my peace at reading documentary to develop my skills and knowledge in modeling industry and my career. Thank you.
Ooh. So, Daktari. Thank you very much. Then finally, Pauline.
Jambo Jambo.
Jambo.
My name is Pauline Wanjiru Gishahi. I'm pursuing a bachelor's degree in economics and statistics. I'm passionately, I'm an advocate rather for climate action and environmental sustainability. Yes, and I'm glad to be among us the finalists of Miss Universe Kenya 2024.
Wow.
Thank you.
I'll start with the Kishohi. From 326 until 16, that's quite the cut hadi mefika nights for you. How's the journey been? First of all, even getting into, why did you decide, let me just get into Miss Universe? Was it something people told you, but there is a kafiti huko, or it was something your own personal volition?
Okay, I started the pageant journey last year, December, And of course, you'd get word from people saying, oh, you know, you can really be a good model, you have potential and whatnot. But the real question here is, why Miss Universe Kenya? So I did decide to actually, you know, apply for Miss Universe Kenya because the values it holds, or rather what it champions for, women empowerment.
Yeah.
Growing up, I was confident, but along the way, I lost my confidence. And after that, it's been a journey to actually regain your confidence and be who you were before. It's not easy. So I think this is the platform that has actually shown me that the women are capable. We have a voice, and we can actually stand and, you know, speak up for the rest of us. For instance, this, the management, or rather the whole team behind Miss Universe Kenya is led by women. From Susie here to all the other people around us that are not present are women.
Yeah.
And that is just beautiful. We see how powerful they are. The constant encouragement they also give us gets us to where we are now. Thank you.
Right, beautiful. Jakangiro, balancing between clinical medicine at Kabarak and then modeling as well. Those are, if you ask me, can be 2 worlds apart, are they?
Yeah.
And because at one point, unaona kwa group kuna card ama ile siku tu leka meamu, it's a whole random assessment, and mnakimbizana hapa na Suzie, and she's like, no, you need to be here for training. How do you balance that?
Okay, modeling, actually pageantry is all about giving back to the community. And being a doctor is to help, being an innovator, like adding value to someone. Since I was a child, when I was a child, like 15 years ago, I witnessed my dad, I had that trauma. My dad died of liver cirrhosis, and I had that trauma. Like, I need to see people well and give their best. Give their best. I need to see people are productive. You see, when you want someone to be productive and to do their best, they need to be mentally, physically, and psychological well. Balancing between pageantry and doctor is not that bad. It's not that hard,
Okay.
because it needs brain. And from where I come, you wake up, you sleep with challenges, you know how to face. You know, for me, what makes me special, those facing the challenges every time makes me strong, and I like doing something that most people do not, they're not capable of doing. And to balance between the bootcamp and pageantry, I'm in my last semester. I'm in attachment, PGH.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's all about, like I said before, giving back to the community. So the reason why I came to Miss Universe for the bootcamp and all, it's because to give me that platform. I needed a platform to speak, to give, to encourage, to inspire other girls in our community that we are not the product. We're not the product of what we are in cage. We can stand out and be seen in the world. Thank you.
Right. And speaking of Magdalene, speaking of being seen out here, taking a look at, not Magdalene, rather Vanessa, page Miss Universe, talk about who they are, say we create and provide a safe space for women to share their stories and drive impact personally, professionally, and philanthropically. For you, what's your story? And what do you think will shape up and has shaped up over this whole time you've been in this journey to actually what they're talking about, driving impact personally, professionally, and philanthropically?
Well, that's true. Miss Universe is all about empowering women. And personally, I have a pet project called Runway Dream. I have had Runway Dream since 2020. Runway Dream is all about helping upcoming models to grow mentally, physically, and financially in the modeling scene. And now what I do with Runway Dream is we train models to not only walk, but learn how to talk and learn how to be queens. I support models in their pet projects. That's why I call my project 1 in a million. Because let's say I have 1, 2, 3 models. One does tree planting, the other one does pad drives, and the other one maybe does sanitation. All those projects are under Runway Dream. As Runway Dream, the one project I liked the most was of a model who did this beautiful project in prisons. She used to go to prison visits and attend different prison events. Then one time we fell in love with Kodiaga Medium Prison, the women prison, and we joined we joined an organization known as Love Behind Bars.
Right.
Love Behind Bars is all about bringing meaning to life after jail, and they organized the annual event known as Miss Kodiaga Prison. And that's still empowering women. Prison is the one place that's forgotten. Prison is the one place that nobody ever looks at. And so through Runway Dream, I joined Life Behind Bars, and I empower women in prison so that when they get out of prison, they have somewhere to start from. And when they're in prison, somebody is taking care of their children outside. Somebody is giving them a platform to raise their voices, because there's still brains in there. We have doctors, we have engineers, we have all sorts of people in prison. So that's my project. That's what I do to empower women.
And there's an engineer sitting right next to you.
Yes, there is.
Also, I wish nikianza ningepigia makofi, because you all are doing the most out here, I should say. You all are doing the most. Irene told us that you have so much on your plate. So far in this journey, what has been, because you really have to research, right? You really have to do a lot of your research. Ujui judges watakuuliza nini. How has that been for you?
I think it's amazing. First of all, at Miss Universe, they have been gracious enough to not only call us to a space where we are just competing, but it's a space where they are improving our skill sets. We are constantly, every day, we sleep so late and we wake up so early. So this beauty you're seeing here, I don't know how we're managing. But every time we do that, we are training in public speaking, we are training in walking. So anyone here has a chance at the crown, genuinely.
Hold up. So there's a whole training of how to walk.
Yes.
So mtu atembeangi tu fua hivyo tu.
No.
Hey, all right. Nika Nick director tutapanga, naona hata space tumepangiwa vizuri ina few ya kutembea tu vizuri, you know. Pia mnifunze how to, nitembea tu hivi, nisiko natembea. But then so you say you sleep late, then you wake up also very early. What entails the most biggest challenges?
The biggest challenge in this bootcamp?
Yes. Per se.
Can we choose one?
yours ile ukienda kulala you're like, ooh.
There are so many challenges, but I really look at it not really as a challenge, but as growth opportunities.
Okay.
As a software engineer, one of the greatest things we're told to master is a growth mindset. A growth mindset means that even if you don't get it right today, you're thinking, I'll get it. I've just not gotten it yet. Instead of thinking that you're born with all the skill sets that you need in your bag. That's not true of anyone. We learn, we grow, and we move to the next step. So regardless of the challenges, which are many, waking up early, dancing with all the energy you have.
Dancing is quite a challenge, by the way.
Yes, actually, I think for me, I'm very lucky. As an entrepreneur, I run a business called the Mansion Dance Studio. So I'm a dancer and a teacher of dance as well. I think for me, I have a bit of ease there.
Tonana can do content for the dance. So how about you, Ian? Why do you think you're top 16? There's so many people, 300 plus. Why do you think you're there?
Okay, first of all, thank you to Miss Universe for believing in me.
Karibisha Mike, yeah.
Okay, I believe they chose me because I'm a voice for the people, and also my project, the female genital mutilation, is something that I have experienced personally, and given a platform by Miss Universe is an opportunity for me to speak about issues that are affecting our women. It's something that I have experienced. It has affected me not only mentally, but emotionally and physically. And I think them believing in me and giving me a chance to be on this platform is a great opportunity to raise my voice on those issues that I'm so passionate about.
Right. Susan, I wanted to hear from them first.
Yes.
On what the projects are. And I hear, again, as I was saying,
Yes.
they're doing the most out here.
They're doing
on biggest projects.
Yes.
And just cutting from 300 until now to 16. First of all, that was why I was asking her, Why does she think she was there at the 16 finalists? But then now for the 16 generally, why are the 16? What made the others exit?
Actually, I got the opportunity as a first thing to become a virtual judge, where me amongst my other peers, were able to go from 326 to around 50 to 30. So I was among the virtual judges.
Yeah.
So we had a 5 metric where we were getting to judge them based on that. So ability to speak. In Miss Universe, you have to be a speaker. Once you go out there and represent, this year it's going to be in Mexico, we need a speaker, someone who talks about their pet projects, as you've heard from these beautiful ladies. Another thing is your presentation. How bold are you? Your allure, your personality, and also the catwalk also is part of the metric. So all in all, it's an all-rounded person, what we need in this Miss Universe. And that's why me, amongst my peers, were able to see these 16 ladies were able to live up to that task, live up to that mark, to become the top 15 finalists that we have today. So it's not an easy process. Pageant has so much pressure. I've been there personally, so I definitely know how they feel about this. But me being the chaperone, or rather, we're able to guide them amongst Paynet, who's the trainer, and the choreographer, to be able to shape them. When we have that grand finale, they'll be so good, it will be so hard for the judges to be able to pick. I feel so sorry for the judges, to be honest. I feel so sorry for them, but it's actually a transformative journey for each one of them, having a 2-week boot camp. And I can see from all the 16, they've been able to change individually. And it's such a good thing to see.
How long has it been since all this process?
2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yes.
Wow.
So 2 weeks we had a preliminary competition where we had the 20 contestants, and from there...
I'm not talking about now the boot camp, like the beginning of it, the whole entries and the applications until now. How long has it been?
Well, we can say it's been 2 months. We've been moving, so it's been a fast process. Wow. So where we started with 326, we judged virtually, ended up with 50. So after 50 is when we were announcing the top 30. So the top 30, we didn't do any physical audition, or rather. So we did now the 20. After 30, we did the 20, where they came to the boot camp. We did the preliminary competition where we scrapped out 5, and we came with a public vote. So we came with another person who's now Pauline, which was the public vote.
So guys love out here, Gishohe.
Yes.
And I think I'll start with you even on this one, because as she says, it's going to be very hard for the judges to even decide, because Kama could decide even for the 16, it was quite difficult using that 5 metric. Now for this one, getting to know the one person. If on that day, you make a pal and then you hear your name, what are you going to do?
Wow. One thing I know is I believe I'm capable. I believe that that crown can fall on this head. And with a few days that I've been here at boot camp, plus the elimination process, it's made me more confident. And it also gave me the opportunity to, even learn that there's something I need to work on. There's this weakness that I can use to make me better. So getting that crown on my head, of course, I'd be very happy. Emotions all over the place. But for sure, I'll stand there tall as a testimony that you never know also how God works. I thought I was eliminated and I was gone, But being eliminated was also an eye-opener. Being eliminated was also an opportunity to make me more confident and stronger. So having that crown on my head, I believe that I actually worked for it, and I'm grateful. Yes.
Right. Magdalene, well, apart from the whole juicy kind of prizes that are going to be here, I'm talking about 1 million cash shillings, a fully furnished apartment, fully functional office, and pia chance here, pata makeup from All Black Beauty. This is some lucrative bits. Are you, for you looking at Friday, is this just only your scope, or are you seeing over and beyond just this milioni moja na nini?
Okay. The first thing I did when registering for Miss Universe Kenya, I didn't see the prize because the prize was announced later on after we have registered.
Okay.
What I did was I wanted the exposure. You know, where I come from, we are below. There's an hierarchy of leadership where girls or women are not given the opportunity to express themselves, to talk about themselves. Like, they're not given that chance to be the voice.
Yeah.
And the reason why I came to Miss Universe Kenya is because I wanted the exposure to show people that where I come from doesn't determine where I'm going. I wanted to show people, to show my fellow women, my fellow girls in the community that we're not the product of what we go through. We are aiming higher and we'll make it. When I get to that stage, the grand finale, that's 16, I'll be able to express my talent, what I got, what Mama gave me. Thank you.
Right. and because, I mean, it's all about culture, and so do you expect a touch of your community on the stage?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, right now, you're donning it right now. All right. How about you? On that day, your friends, family are going to be watching. Either on set hapo, ama wengine kwa TV, social media. As we always say, it will be televised. They will not believe.
Yes.
What should they hear from you if you're named there and you're holding the crown and the mic? What will be your first sentence?
My first sentence will be, thank you, Lord. And my second sentence will be, Mommy, I did it. Mommy, I made it. This is because, first, I'm raised by a saved mother.
Ooh.
She's always insisted on us praying, believing in God. She calls me almost every night to remind me, pray before you sleep, my daughter.
And is she watching right now?
She's definitely watching. If she's not at work, she's definitely watching right now. Or probably she's at work and still watching at the same time.
And this goes for all of them. Msiogope kutuma shout out kumwambie. Najua mnawatch.
Mommy, be proud. Your daughter is doing great. Yeah, so she's always reminding me, pray, pray, pray. So the first thing I will do is say, thank you, Lord, for answering my prayers. And the main reason to why I would like to thank my mom is not because she's just my mom. I first dreamt of modeling when I was 5 years of age.
Wow.
I don't remember, and my mom always says it everywhere she is. I was watching TV and I pointed and asked, Mommy, what's that? And she said, they're models. So I asked, what do models do? And she said, they're the first people to showcase clothes in the market, and also they're a voice to change. And I was like, I want to be that.
Interesting. What exactly about the screen that you saw? That is it how they were catwalking? Is it how?
I was 5. I was 5. I was 5. It's stories I hear. I just know I've always wanted to be a model. I've always wanted to represent my country since forever. I don't remember the first time I had this thought or this dream or this passion. I just know I've always wanted to be here to do this, and now I'm living my dream, and that's because my mom is the one who supported me. She's motivated me. When I lose, she's always like, ulifika hapo, next and next. And yeah.
All right. Irene, how about you? Yes, you know, eyeing this crown, and as she says, it's also an opportunity for you to ensure that these projects that you have, you can also realize them and quite materialized. But how possible a year later, to January, when we've forgotten about the 73rd edition of Miss Universe, are we still going to be seeing your projects out here?
Yes. One thing that I believe, and everyone in this pageant actually believes, is that pageantry is not about glitz and glam. It's about a leadership platform, is what I like to call it. I have had the privilege of representing Kenya in other pageants before internationally, and even here. So what I always make sure to do, with a crown, without the crown, we have a reason as to why we came to this competition. It has to be fulfilled at the end of the day. It's bigger than us. The reason is for our people, the reason is to inspire, the reason is to empower. and therefore it just has to happen. For me, my platform is called Inspiring Revolution. A little wordplay there. My name is somewhere in there, Inspire Irene. And for my platform, it's just with the thought and knowledge that 1 year is the reign that we usually get as beauty queens. It's not long enough to change everything that ails the world. But 1 year is enough to inspire the people who will go ahead and leave that legacy where they have revolutionized the world.
Right. Yeah. Right. Ian, I remember Nikki prepare for exams, ulikuwa unatafuta past papers so that you know what was ever there, and then you also streamline yourself to that. By that I mean the 72nd edition of Miss Universe. Whoever was crowned, Shanice, I don't know how to pronounce the second one. Palacios, yes, Palacios. And the fact that even all of you are pronouncing it means you have interacted with her. What about her? I say she was 23 years old? Thereabout, yes, 23. Quite young, because that means she has a lot to achieve later. So I know you've researched her deeply. What about her would you want to copy, if I may say?
Thank you. Shanice is a great model. I love the way she walks. The moment she enters a room, you can tell she's the Miss Universe. You can actually tell the way she walks. I would love to copy that. When I enter in a space, people can tell this is the Miss Universe we have been looking for. The way she talks, the way she graces herself, the way she sits, she does it so well. And the way she speaks is so eloquent. I'll definitely like to be like her. If it's not like her, even better. Thank you.
Now, or even from her walking style, how about her projects? Have you followed her? What about her really picks even away from her walking styles?
I think as a model or as a Miss Universe, we all do have a project. And I think what she has done in her country is follow her projects, and she has done it so gracefully. You can see through her social media the way she has exposed herself. She has helped the community, and I'll definitely love to be an example to that. I'll definitely love to do such things, go back to my community, give back to the society. Yes, I'll definitely love to do that.
Right, big stuff. And Susan, Shanice will be in the country here.
Yes, she is. We're all excited for that. She'll be landing here on the 15th. We'll definitely...
That's tomorrow.
That's tomorrow, yes. Oh, yeah, that's tomorrow.
Nikesho too.
Nikesho too,
some hours from now.
So she'll be landing here officially at 8:30 p.m. where we'll be gracing her with the 16 beautiful ladies. It's our first time ever in history of Kenya to be able to have a reigning Miss Universe to be able to grace for the Miss Universe Kenya competition. This is also the first time ever for Shanice herself ever broken history in her country to win the global crown in Nicaragua. So it's both a historic moment for Kenya and even for her country as well. Even her being a mental health advocate, I think she's done phenomenally well. Even her traveling in different countries, she has a commanding presence, even as Ayan says it. And even when she walks in the room, you can tell she's a Miss Universe. And this is actually the things we train in those 2-week boot camp, on how your presence is felt, in how you grace events, you know, in how you speak, in how you just pose and have a poise. It's a lot, huh? It's a lot. It's a lot. But I believe for the girls, I'll just say they've just done a phenomenal job, and we can't wait to have Shanice. And also, we'll be doing a Kenyan tour with her, where it's about marketing Kenya and embracing our beautiful, magical Kenya. So she'll start with the Nairobi tour, as well as going to the great Masai Mara. She'll be here for a 3-day stay, and we just can't wait to have her on board, and also for the grand finale on Friday.
And speak of the 16 finalists, you say rightfully that she broke record even for her country.
Yes.
For Kenya, if you're going to also, now for come November, imagine the announcer saying so-and-so from Kenya. How will that make you and even the 16 finalists feel?
I think it will just be a prayer answered for not only me as a chaperone, but the whole Miss Universe Kenya organization. We've done so much to make sure these girls have become the queens that they are. We call them the queens. They're still our queens, to make sure they're comfortable. Every day they receive gifts courtesy of our organization. They see me, they just see gifts. That's another thing. And I feel
I mean, you said you're the mother hen, so...
Yeah, I'm the mother hen. So I just make sure they're comfortable. And another thing that I didn't mention is Shanice will be coming as an African tour,
Yeah.
and it being Kenya as a start. So Kenya has already been seen as a powerhouse.
It's a big deal.
Yeah, as a big deal. It's such a big deal for her to start with Kenya, alongside going to Zimbabwe and Tanzania rather. So with that, it already sets a mark. It already sets a mark, and with that being, I feel very confident in Mexico. We call it Mexico.
Mexico, yeah.
Mexico. I feel very confident about Mexico, and we've set already the bar high in terms of 16 finalists. So it will be a prayer answered for the organization, and I just can't wait. It will be screaming everywhere. With that.
And because Mayra joked about this beautiful work that she has, before now, because tumeka chini sana. Tumeka chini sana. Just a brief walk in Yone. What are we going to be seeing on Friday? Before now we get actually into talking about the day. If someone is interested to actually now come and see live, this event, what they need to do. So before that, are you ready?
Ever ready. Born
ready. Typically I'd say ladies first, but well, it's not ladies. So
you can always start.
Sindio?
Yeah. Mr. Universe shows.
Due to public demand. Okay, so itakuwa mzuri pia nipate tips.
Tips,
tips.
Lazima tips.
Lazima nipate tips for the Mr. Universe. So, Susan.
Yes.
Tips from you. What if I'm walking as Mr. Universe?
Yes.
What do I need to do?
Maybe I can demonstrate.
Yes, so wacha nikaribie hapa.
So as you stand, there's something called a poise.
A poise.
A poise is when
the
crowd feels you.
Wale wenzetu Mombasani washangaa poise nini?
Poise ni jinsi vile unaweza simama kuinteract na crowd.
Okay.
So for the ladies, you have to put one leg in front of the other.
All right.
So we call it a model's pose, a T pose.
Okay.
Then from there, your chin high, held high. The crowd has already felt you in the commanding presence.
Right.
So once you're ready, you can be able to speak, or if you can be able to walk, you can now grace the event. Grace the stage.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
Very simple.
Okay.
So it starts with the positioning. Positioning is very, very important in addressing the crowd, even addressing the runway stage. And it also sets the pace for you to start your catwalk.
Okay.
And also the most important thing is the smile. You need to engage the crowd. Smile is the warmest reception in beauty pageants.
Hata kama hiyo time uko na madeni sijui ngapi kwa kichwa.
Una smile tu. Una smile tu hata kama maneno zinaendelea na nchi, maneno
hata kama heartbreak nini ulipewa?
Heartbreak, relationship.
The runway.
Umemka asubuhi naambiwa babe we can't do this anymore.
Yes.
But you still have to smile.
You have to smile. It sends the warmest reception to the audience, even for the finale, for the finals. That's how you attract the crowd.
Right.
It's like a wow factor.
So that's for the ladies.
That's for the ladies.
Now for
even
the
for the gents.
Oh,
Imagine you have to smile.
Okay. No, like for the poise.
Yeah, for the poise.
For the poise.
For you, you just have to stand still.
Okay.
Get ready. You can just adjust your suit. Wakikungojea hapo mbele, and you just walk.
And just walk.
Walk as you look at the crowd from left to right, engaging with them with a smile.
All right.
Yeah, so until you reach the finale of the final place of the runway, where you can stand and maybe introduce yourself.
Okay.
Yes.
Na hii maneno mengine naonanga zio wanafanya.
Sasa hizo ni mastingo.
Hizo ni mastingo.
Hizo ni mastingo.
Standard.
Hizo ni mastingo. So for the male beauty kings, it's rather quite similar. Right. It's actually simple. For ladies, mastingo lazima zikwe.
Mastingo lazima zikwe.
There should be so many turns. They're going to demonstrate in a few of what we've taught them. And it makes them engage with the crowd. For the crowd to know who they love.
So even as you resume back to your seat, mimi nikirudi hapa,
Yes.
I'm curious because mtu ametokea
Yes.
Let's say now as the first one, Ayana, as you stand, you can just leave the mic on the seat as you stand. So, so Ayan has ametokea, the spotlight is on her.
Yeah.
What is the first thing that the audience looks at when they look at Ayan? Or rather, Ayana nadhani, what's the first thing do people look at your eyes, how you're wearing? What's the first thing they look at?
The first thing is the smile. Another thing is her presence, how she poses, and another beautiful thing is how she walks on stage. Smiles since the warmest reception, especially on the judges. There will be a set of judges there, and especially with the crowd. The moment she just speaks, the crowd is done. Ukienda hapo ukinuna shida yako. Ukinuna ni shida yako.
And she's wearing an ear-to-ear smile, as we call it.
Yes, an ear-to-ear smile. And also eye contact.
Eye
contact is very important, especially in answering questions, which is part of the most important segment in the beauty pageant.
So unaangalia judges ama the audience?
You start with the judges, then you interact with the audience, yeah?
Oh, when talking now? When
talking, yes, because you're answering the question to the audience for them to familiarize with what you're being asked. Yes.
So I think we have about, I think 10 minutes for this whole, thereabout. My super director, Nick anasema, he's been very gracious kuniongezea ka time kidogo tuone this. So yes, wacha tuone the first. So as we continue, Susan, you can now help us understand what is happening here.
Let me just
for the viewer to also see exactly, is it my style deadly zenye unaongelelea? Yeah, you do your thing as Susan commentates for us exactly what.
As she strides, you stride gracefully as a beauty queen. They should be able to familiarize with your outfit, your presence, your smile, your affair with the camera, and also with the audience. The audience, they're everything. They'll cheer you if you're doing the right thing correctly. And then she stands there where she's going to be asked the question. So in the competition, there are different segments where there'll be a swimsuit competition, followed by the evening wear category, where they'll be gotten to be asked the Q&A for the top 7 to go now into the top 3 category, where they'll be asked more questions. So there's usually every category where, sadly, we'll have to eliminate some of them if they don't go as far as the criteria of what the judges are using in that competition. Yes.
Ian, a quick one. So you had prepped all that, ukarudi, a beautiful kind of a walk, alafu ukarudi, ulikuwa prep content yako yote kwa akili, and then boom, makosa ikafanyika. You start a kidogo ama you forget it. I'm pretty sure that has been on the training. But so what do you do? They had asked you about why animal husbandry is very important in Kenya. Somewhat like that, you know.
In terms of the question and answer
or the catwalk? No, for the Q&A.
For the Q&A.
For the Q&A, yes.
In case you forget something.
Yes.
We are told to move to your pet project.
And Mr. Howe, you can pick your mic. Yeah, continue.
Okay. So in case something like that happens, you can move to your pet project. Miss Universe is all about what you bring to the table as a Miss Universe. So if in case that happens to me, I'll divert this question to my pet project. I'll keep my confidence and smile. That's something I'll definitely do as a Miss Universe.
So, now let's have the next, the engineer in the house.
Can you explain it? Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes. So another thing, she engages the crowd with her voice. That's when the crowd, they're first seeing her, with a smile, with the eye contact on the judges, on the crowd, on the contestant's face, then she walks. Same graceful presence. Another thing in beauty pageants, you can't walk fast. They need to familiarize with the contestant. Ukitembea mbio utasaulika. You have to have a very graceful poise and a graceful presence as well. Yes.
So do you do that once ama unaweza fanya tena arudi mara tatu?
There are usually turns, so maybe Irene can demonstrate a different turn.
Yes.
Some turns in the beauty pageant scenarios in the competition. Yes.
Oh,
so there's
yes.
that twirl where is usually needed mostly in the swimsuit category, where it showcases your figure and form competition, where they look at your body, your physique, is it in shape? Yes.
So inamaanisha you guys also hit the gym?
Yes, yes, every morning.
Every morning.
Like siona watesa.
No, it's fun, Torek.
Oh, it's fun.
Yeah, and you have to look good. If the body is paying, it's okay.
Yeah, so that's usually on the swimsuit category part, where a lot of turns is included in the competition. And in the evening wear category, that's where the way she's moving in that slow pace, that's where it applies. Because most of these ladies, they usually have a trail, the long trail gown, where it makes you don't walk fast.
Yeah.
You have to walk in a graceful way and in a particular way in the dress, or else you might just stumble down.
So what if that happens?
What if that happens?
Yes, you had umekatwa vizuri, then ukirudi.
So when that happens, you just pick up yourself up and then you continue. It has happened actually in beauty pageants. It has actually happened. Ukianguka trapo chini, you smile, then you just come up, you continue with the walk.
So marks zako hawakati mahali?
No. It's actually how you react to it.
Okay.
It's how you react to it. Once kushtuka hivi, the judges will be like, sasa hapa kuna issue. But if you just pick yourself up, smile, shake off your gown, or you just readjust it, and you just walk as a graceful queen that you are.
All right.
To where you are, yeah.
No, Irene, I may pick the mic. So the first question that maybe the judges will ask her, what will they be? Are they questions that she already knows? Or are they just so random? A judge might just look at you and she'd be like, Ruto anaendeleaje?
Yeah, I would say that they're random. Actually, I picked the mic because when she was talking about falling and what you have to do, it has happened, and I think it's actually a teachable moment because that happens in life. You get down.
Oh yes.
You have to come back up and
Lived.
pick yourself up with all the confidence and walk.
Yeah.
So that's true on that part. But yes, on the questions, the judges sometimes will ask you just what is in their mind. Because at the end of the day, it's a conversation. They're trying to get to know you.
Yes.
So as long as if it's something that you freeze, Ian mentioned, that you go back to your values, your core beliefs, and why you are at this pageant. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. So now imagine, Sunday, this is on Friday, and they're calling up your name. Coming up next, Vanessa Sunday. She's a poet, among other, as you can see, all white. Okay, wacha niache tu endelea the commentation.
Same, she has a bright smile, so the audience has already engaged with her. From her presence, from her chin held high, she's ready to take off the runway. Yes.
All right. So as she does that, walk us through, because you give them this training. Yeah, you should look a certain way. When you're in front of a crowd, this is what you do. But then, now that's a whole utopia kind of a world, honestly speaking. Kuna siku wenye umeamka na you don't even feel like smiling because things are not going the way they should be. First of all, what has it taught them when it comes to all this training? And does this pose imposter syndrome kind of a thing? In front of people, you're smiling and everything, have this nice poise, but deep down, vitu ziende vizuri.
We've had that session in boot camp, and I always say, even as Irene said, you just have to never give up. Never, ever, ever give up. This also applies to all walks in life, in all different career paths. And another thing on the grand finale, the ladies, we've taught them on how hata ukikanyagwa na kiatu na mtu, you've been done something wrong by your fellow contestant. You just have to embrace yourself and smile.
Wow. So do you use, sorry to cut you short, do you use some of this lessons that you've been taught just out here in life? Umepanda mat, sijui conductor na kuongelesha aje, ama the Uber driver, Bolt driver na kuongelesha sijui aje, and you're like,
Apart from the moral values, of course, we are taught at home. We are taught in boot camp to be a queen. Not only when you're at the boot camp or at the runway, you are a queen everywhere, every time. When you're sleeping, you sleep like a queen. When you're eating, you eat like a queen. When you're out there in public, be a queen. So if you come here, pass me, hit my toe, I'll just be like,
I'm a queen.
I am a queen. So I mean, I'm hurt, but it's okay. Yeah, it's easier that way. It avoids conflict, and we get to live like a happy life. It's even good for me myself, Joe. Nikishakasirika na wewe itanisaidia wapi? Yeah.
Interesting. I remember, I think Nibian or Sotsol alikuwa something about being a queen. So even as you also take your seat, then we have all the way from Kabrak University, taking clinical medicine.
Yeah, our doctor.
Our doctor, Dr. Yes, Susan, continue.
One thing with her, she's very tall.
Yes.
And once you're tall, it shows your poise very well.
Okay.
That's why it's actually an advantage for her. So once even she takes on stage, as she graces, maybe you can demonstrate, Takangiro, as I walk. Yes, it shows her presence very well. And she can be able to twirl in the moment. So once you're tall, it's actually an advantage for you. It's an advantage for you, yeah.
So Manisha, for the short ladies,
Apana.
watching us, watching us this morning, wanajua kutoka wapi wanatoka? Kidogo haiwezi ama
No. It means if you are slightly like shorter person, it means you have to do more of the work in your presence.
Right.
Yeah. So you have to do more of the work compared to Mr. Kangiro here. So in terms of even the Q&A, something that I forgot to say, there's no correct answer. Do you know that?
Oh, okay.
It's the ability of judges to see how well you can express yourself, on how you are championing your project individually, and how well you can be able to put a punch in your answer. That's it.
Right.
That's
right,
it.
Right.
Yeah, that's what we usually look for.
Right.
Yeah.
The whole bit of Miss Universe championing for community, for religion, traditions really. Talked about now for the bit of traditions. How has it been when it comes to your training, mmekuwa mkiwapatia, and so far even for her, I'll also be getting, apart from the community you've come from, what other details have you gotten from other communities out here and other traditions? I think I'll start with you before we go to Susan.
Okay. I've learned diverse culture because in our culture, in Turkana, we embrace. When you hear about Turkana, you hear about culture and practices. When I joined boot camp, I was able to interact with many contestants to learn about their behavior, how they interact, how they conduct themselves, and to learn more about their culture. And it has helped me to boast because in the community where I come from, it's like kind of a cage. So interacting with them, it has enabled me to uncage myself and be able to approach people and talk more about myself, to express myself.
Right. So even as you have a seat, naambiwa, we'll take a short break. Ndio tukunywe kamaji kidogo, we relax, and then we'll be right back. Juu nilikuwa nimefunzwa how to have that poise, you know, standing still vizuri, and then, just forward, okay. And then unaiteremsha hivyo vizuri. So we're taking a short break, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back in a few as we get to know what you need to do to get a ticket for Miss Universe Kenya this Friday, the 16th of August. Sibanduke.
Parenting a child with a special need or whatever disability, family life becomes a bit complicated and you may end up raising the child on your own.
Here, we inspire.
Right, karibu sana. This is Morning Cafe. I'm used to Stanley Nyerungita, and before the break, we're interacting with 5 of the finalists, but then five of part of the finalists of Miss Universe. Total, they are 16. Friday is a big day, and they're here, and they were doing a whole nice kind of a cut-talk and a poise and telling us what is expected for Friday. So tulikuwa tumefika kwa Magdalene, and then now we're going to be getting final one. Finally, utuambie, we see the whole catwalk and what to expect also for Friday. Yes, so Susan?
Okay. So Miss Pauline here, she's a bit shorter than Miss Takangiro. So it means she has to, not exaggerate, but she has to do more of the poise of her presence being felt on stage. So maybe Pauline can take a step as she goes. As you've seen, most of them have the graceful walk. They don't take, they take their time on stage.
Yes.
And that's how it should be, yeah? You should take time so that the crowd knows who you are. As we all know, there are 16 finalists, sorry. And we all need to familiarize with who they are so that it gets easy also for the judges as well as the crowd to know who they are as per the contestants, yeah.
Right, all right.
Yeah.
Pauline, you can pick the mic from Ian. As something that I was asking you before we went on air, being all ladies here, the queens, is it about competing against each other or and still maintaining that bond between mkiwa tu hivyo penye mko? How do you balance that?
Okay, from what we all know, it's a competition. Fine. But stepping into this space, you came as this person. All you need to make sure, first of all, is that you leave better than you came in. You need to see the growth. You shouldn't leave the boot camp the same person you are when you came in, you know? And in the process of that as well, we have to create, relationships and interactions because you never know where you'll meet your fellow contestant. Irene here is a software engineer. Who knows? She's also an entrepreneur. Who knows? Maybe she'll need me to assist her somewhere. We all have different skills, different capabilities. So one way or another, we complement each other. Yeah.
All right. You're also into book up rating statistics. That's a whole other. How do you also balance that? Plus, are you going to? Do you always do with your glasses?
So on the runway, no.
Okay.
But during my daily activities, I do use my glasses. When it comes to the runway, they need to see your face. They need to see you. That's why you're also advised not to have hairstyles that cover your face and things like that. So you just tend to get used to it. But again, I see it as an advantage, especially when it comes to the D-Day. No, I wouldn't see everyone's face like that. Like, I'll see people there, but it wouldn't be as intimidating, Yes.
Right. Thank you very much, Pauline.
Thank
Have
you.
a seat. And so the reason I was asking about the glasses was, as she has answered as well,
Yes, yes.
The do's and don'ts of what you also have on the runway, because you'd really want. I'd imagine you don't want to have, let's say, some big earrings that might also slow how you walk, or particular garments that also slow you.
Yes.
They're quite heavy. Looked about the do's and don'ts, and then now we get into the big day, Friday.
Yes.
What is expected?
She said herself,
Yes.
Pauline, you need to wear hair that accentuates your face. We need to see your face. At the end of the day, it's a beauty pageant competition. Ukivaa manywele kama wig yenye inafungisha forehead,
Unashinda umefanya
uko tu hivi una flip through, it gets distracting. especially to the audience and also to the main important people who are the judges. Another thing, do you know the specific shoes for the competition?
Ooh, okay.
They are called the pageant shoes.
Right.
We call them the platform heels.
Okay.
And I don't know, we don't. Takangiro, she's the one who she's wearing today. And maybe you can stand and see. Yes. And they are usually...
How different are they with the others?
As you can see, the top, the front part is a block.
Okay.
So it gives you stability because they're actually 5-6 inches. Yes, you have to be, yes. That's as part of the requirement. So once the block is a bit bigger on the front part, it gives you stability even as a beauty queen to walk very stable, usianguke. So those are a must-have in a beauty pageant competition. Even for the training boot camp, it's a requirement. So we tell them to come.
So Paulina Kivahi, she'll be the same height.
Anaweza chezea kidogo hapo.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's for the D-Day, especially for the runway competition, they're a must-have.
Right.
They're a must-have. Another thing, in our industry, there's lots of petite girls, but we are embracing curvy women.
Yes.
Our theme of Miss Universe now is Beyond Beauty. So Beyond Beauty cuts across your height, your physical attribute, as well as what you're championing for. So we are looking for an all-rounded personality who can break even that, if needed be, if we see she's going to be the one who represents our beautiful country in Mexico. Another thing, so anyway, when we get to that now, she needs to have a beautiful gown that shows her physique very well. And it's, even as she glides, I say it's gliding, as she glides very gracefully on stage, people can be able to see her graceful aura and her presence on stage. Right. So those are the main must-haves in the beauty pageant competition, especially for the Miss Universe competition, as well as a beautiful set of makeup. Makeup lazima. Makeup lazima. Of course, for different segments also there's different mood boards of makeup. Do you know that?
The only thing I know about makeup is powder.
Yes, at different segments of the competition, there's also a different mood board of the makeup. That's why it's very important as the backstage management, they can be able to cater for each of our 16 finalists to get the right set of makeup for all of them to look gorgeous on stage. Right. Yes.
So a couple of hours to Friday.
Yes.
The big day.
Yes.
Tell us, before now we get individually from them, Karibisha Watu and some shout-outs.
Yes.
What is going to be happening on Friday? How does someone get there, the tickets, the time of the event as well?
Yes, so the grand finale of Miss Universe Kenya 2024, it will be at our beautiful host hotel, where also the boot camp was going on for the last 2 weeks, which is the Argyle Grand Hotel, which is in Syokimau. And
along Mombasa Road.
Along Mombasa Road, yes, along Mombasa Road. And the finale, the event is supposed to start from 6 p.m., strictly 6 p.m.
Wakenya naambianga 4 p.m.
Hakuna.
Wakenya naambia 4 p.m. ndio
wakuje before.
Ndio afike 5.
So the gates will be opened from 4 to 6. So we'll be having upcoming artists who will be able to perform just before the show happens. Okay. So from the 4 to 6 program will be some known Kenyan artists who will be able to perform. But exactly 6 p.m. we'll be having our national anthem playing, where all the guests will be seated. And the program will be running till exactly 8:50, where there'll be a breaking news to announce our official Miss Universe Kenya 2024. Right. So it will be running by that time, strictly that time, and purchasing our tickets is only 2,500 Kenyan shillings, and you can get it in our website, which is www.missuniverse.ke.
Right.
Yes.
Right. So from Ian all the way to Pauline, najua mmefanya hii test ya 30 second, what you say in 30 seconds and how you summarize it briefly. So between 20 to 30 seconds, karibisha watu and give a shout out. Yes.
To everyone who wants to watch the grand finale of Miss Universe Kenya, you are very much welcome at the Argyle Grand Hotel.
Okay. Naambia you swap the mic. Oh. Yes. Continue.
Should I start or I just
Yes,
continue?
yes. You can start. You can start.
Okay,
Hiyo
thank you.
second ingine nimetoa.
To everyone who wants to attend the grand finale of Miss Universe Kenya, one of the greatest and biggest show in Kenya, you can buy your tickets from the website of Miss Universe, www.missuniverse.ke. It will be happening on the 16th of August at Argyle Grand Hotel. Thank you.
Right. Engineer?
Yes. Engineer anawakaribisha sana. Come watch 16 amazing trailblazers. We have worked hard for this, and we are ready to give you a show like no other. And not only that, we know for a fact that the winner of Miss Universe Kenya will, just like Nicaragua, bring the first crown back to Kenya.
All right. How about you?
Kwani hamjanunua ticket? I'm not even supposed to tell you mnangoja. Mnangoja nini? Get your ticket right now on our website www.missuniversekenya.ke. Come see us on Friday. Come have the most amazing time in Kenya.
Right. And representing Turkana, Magdalene.
This year we learn from observation, and we have the biggest and famous Miss Universe Kenya. It will be a great opportunity for the reigning queens and aspiring models to come and learn from her. So get your ticket from www.missuniversekenya.ke. Thank you.
Right. And finally, Pauline.
As our patron says, the EST formula. It's the grandest, swankiest show ever. So be sure to turn up for the grand finale. It's going to be amazing, like beautiful. The people behind it, amazing people. So yeah, turn up and also follow the Miss Universe Kenya on all platforms for updates. Wezi jua, flash sale inaweza tokea hivi. Karada, you know? Karada. So yeah, thank you.
Right. The Englishman say, too many cooks spoil the broth, so nikianza kuongeza maneno yangu nyingi hapo, and what you've already said, rightfully and beautifully, thank you very much. So make sure umetafuta tiketi yako, and on Friday for that 2,500 cash shillings, pesa kidogo ya mkulima hiyo. Asanteni sana ladies, nimezoea kusema ladies and gentlemen, but thank you very much ladies, on behalf of even the others who we haven't mentioned, the other finalists, to the whole team as well, asanteni sana for that. Hii maneno yote right here on at Cape Media at TV47 will be following up for you. Ujue who is going to be representing Kenya in Mexico for the 73rd edition of Miss Universe. From this